You know, I knew I was gonna have to make the obligatory Hazbin Hotel video at some point, but I did not expect that it would be the first video I ever made. Regardless, greetings everyone, and welcome to the first video on my channel. Today, witches, we are gonna be talking about the recent news regarding Hazbin Hotel. For those of you who haven't been on Twitter lately, or for those of you who have been living under a rock, I'll summarize the situation. Hazbin Hotel, the popular web series pilot created by YouTuber VivziePop, real name Vivian Medrano, has been finally announced to be coming soon. As some of you know, the rights to Hazbin were purchased by the A24 network in August of 2020, and since then there has been no news regarding the show and its development. I even believe that VivziePop herself signed an NDA and couldn't talk about the show, but I may be wrong about that. The point is that there were no updates from the creators or the network since the rights were bought. However, on December 21st, 2021, the official Hazbin Hotel Twitter account posted their first tweet. The tweet, a picture of the redesigned hotel, announced that the series would be coming soon. Now, because the fans of the series have been waiting for the full release of the show since the pilot's release in October of 2019, a lot of people went nuts. Everybody on Twitter was talking about it. Hell, Vivian herself even tweeted about how excited she was. People were rejoicing. But just like how every dark cloud has a silver lining, even bright lights cast shadows. As of the current moment of me writing this script, the full voice cast for the show has not been announced on the official Twitter or anywhere else. However, it has been revealed that certain VAs from the pilot episode will not be returning to voice characters in the series. Just going off of what has been publicized so far, the following voice actors and actresses will not be returning to voice their characters in the series. Michael Kovac as Angel Dust, Elsie Lovelock as Charlie's singing voice, Gabriel C. Brown as Alistair's singing voice, Joshua Tomar as Tom Trench, Krista Laporte as Cherry Bomb, Michelle Marie as Nifty, and I hope that I didn't butcher any of your names. As for the other VAs, I don't believe any of them have made a statement so far, but I may be wrong and that may change in the future, so keep that in mind. On the day of the announcement, many of these VAs made statements about their departures from the team. I will not read them all here, so if you want to see them, I've linked them each in the description. Elsie Lovelock specifically notes that she leaves the team with a heavy heart, and Crystal Laporte remarks that she is devastated to not be returning to the project. Though they seem upset or disappointed, they also make sure to send some positivity in Vivian's direction, and each make it clear that they were grateful for the experience of working on the team. There is clearly no bad blood or ill will from them toward VivziePop or vice versa. Everything is nice, sunshine, and rainbows, right? Well, no. And this is the part where I'm gonna get salty. At the news, fans were outraged and decided to take it out on who else but Vivian Medrano. When several of the VAs tweeted about their departures, people have very hatefully and maliciously, may I add, gone out of their way to indirectly, or directly even, tell Vivian that she has abandoned her friends or made a grave mistake, as if the decisions were hers and hers alone. People have made videos, sent nasty tweets, among other things, and well, it's really fucking disheartening to me. From what I have seen, just in passing, most of the negative tweets and posts are specifically regarding the token Angel Dust. Angel Dust is one of, if not the most popular and well-liked character in Hazbin Hotel, next to maybe Alistair. Even though the pilot is presented mostly from the perspective of Charlie Magne, I don't think that it's a stretch to think that the main character is, in fact, our good fella Angel. From the general concepts for the series that I've seen, a lot of the plot and emotional substance hinges on his character. Though I do not know if that will at all change in the show's official release, he is still kind of the face of the series and the character that even non-fans can recognize. Many people, myself included, believe that Michael Kovac's voice was a great fit for Angel and his snarky personality. My bias for Edward Bosco's amazing performance as Alistair aside, Michael's performance as Angel is certainly the standout of the cast and debatably the best. One sentiment that I have seen constantly echoed all over Twitter in recent light of the situation is that Angel's voice is specifically what drew many people into watching the pilot and following the series in the first place. Thus, removing his voice from the titular character has made people upset. Well, dare I say, inappropriately upset. I certainly understand feeling sad or disappointed that your favorite VA will not be returning for the series. I even understand why you would make a tweet expressing such a sentiment. But frankly, people have been taking it all much too far, and I thought it necessary to go into detail because, well, I feel like bitching about how other people are bitching, because why not? I don't mean to be harsh here, well, actually I do, yes. Y'all really need to step back for a moment and get some goddamn perspective. A lot of fans seem to have this idea in their head that Vivian herself made the purposeful decision to remove these voice actors, who, may I remind you, are also her friends, from the Hazbin team. People are talking about her as if she, and only she, were trying to maliciously force her friends off the team, and they're portraying this decision as one born of malintent rather than probably what it really is, behind-the-scenes disagreements. Taking the role of devil's advocate for a moment here, let's look at the perspective of some of the fans. Despite the target demographic of the show being adults, let's just be honest, there are certainly a lot of young teens in the fanbase of Hazbin, me being one of them. Though I cannot be sure of the exact data, of course, I personally believe that the adult section of the fanbase is actually the majority. However, the most active and the most vocal members of the community, just like other communities before it, are definitely younger and lack that thing that I mentioned before. You know, perspective. The fans have had one experience regarding the show: patience and uncertainty. Many of the fans have been waiting for over 2 years for the show to be released, and if you're like me, you've been waiting since even before the pilot came out. Overall, until now, the show's identity has been uncertain and flexible to say the least. Especially because we have all gone over a year without any updates whatsoever. Many people are frustrated and tired of waiting. This has led to many fans predicting how the show might play out through either something like video essays or through fanfiction, comics. A lot of different people have their own idealized way of how the show would eventually pan out. And the thing is that in some cases, when that fantasy is obstructed, people can be upset or disappointed. A lot of fans envision the future release of the show to have all the same voice actors, all of the same assets, character designs, backgrounds, etc. This is especially tricky when it comes to characters. Many people, whether they be kiddies or just casual viewers, can become attached to certain characters to the point in which they become comfort characters. Angel Dust is also a very good example of this. Being that he's not only snarky, sarcastic GNC LGBT representation and interesting on the surface, it is also heavily implied that he is also hiding a lot of trauma and pain beneath his exterior, resulting in him having more depth than many of the other members of the cast. This has led to many people getting attached to him, to the point that with any changes, no matter how minor, can cause people to be upset. Hence why so many people are latching out in light of the new changes. Too long didn't watch, TLDW, people are attached to their own ideals and hopes for the show and are uncomfortable with letting that reality change, especially after waiting so long and with so many different expectations. Now, let's take a step back and consider the side of Vivian for a second. Vivzy Pop, as the creator of Hazbin Hotel, actually created all of the characters herself. Hell, she has had many of the characters for a very long time, most notably Alistair, who she reportedly created while she was in high school. My point is that she, being the creator of these characters, like the fans, is gonna have a specific vision for the characters as well, and that vision most likely includes the original voice actors and actresses from the pilot. Thus, I wholeheartedly believe that the reason why they were changed was because execs wanted them to be, or because of a legal thing, and not because Vivian didn't want her friends aboard the project anymore. Assuming so is just y'all taking the least charitable interpretation possible, either to stir up and subsequently spill some tea, or because you're upset. Remember kids, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. But this is even besides the point. Has no one ever seen a pilot before? Especially a YouTube pilot? Some of you may know or not know this, but a pilot episode is simply the basic idea of what a show could be. Most pilots look nothing like or have nothing to do with the final draft of the material. I mean, just look at the Steven Universe pilot compared to how the show looks. Like, it ain't anything new to see voice actors change from a pilot to a television show. It's actually more common for them to change than not. Looking at Steven Universe here especially again, it's not even uncommon to see character designs change. whether to simplify or diversify them. This is why I am almost certain that some of the character designs in Hazbin Hotel have also been changed. I would not be shocked if many of the stripes, extra limbs, spots, and other design elements have been removed to make it easier on the animators. So I say just be prepared when it's revealed that some things have changed in other departments besides the characters' voices. To conclude, VAs being dropped off of the project and replaced is not any sort of tea or drama story that y'all can publish and fight about. It, like other additions and changes, is a completely normal process. Maybe instead of tearing Vivian Medrano down because you do not like changes that, let's be honest, she probably didn't even have the authority to make, how about you send her some love instead? Fuck, Homegirl just spent years working on this project, this dream of hers, and she is now very close to having that dream achieved. If you're gonna call yourself fans of hers, maybe congratulate her on her amazing achievements, patience, and determination? I don't know, just a suggestion maybe? I hope that people will be able to look forward, chin up, figuratively speaking. As I said before, the voice cast hasn't even been announced yet. There could be some perfectly talented people hopping onto the project to do some voice work. Who knows? Let's just hope that the new cast doesn't list Chris Pratt as Angel Dust. With all of that being said, I hope that this little rant was understandable, or maybe it will do some good. I have my complaints and gripes with the show all the same, but I still want the fandom to be a nice, wholesome place rather than the disgusting, hate-filled cesspool that it has been in the last week or two. If you guys in the audience enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this or of the same ilk, then you can feel free to hit that subscribe button to become one of my adorable witchy familiars. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of this video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and don't forget to stay magical.